Alright, let's start about this paper. So I'm actually discussing the SMKBM. So BM over here stands for Bandar Mas. I guess because Johor paper you have 2 or 3 different Johor paper, but yeah, I'm actually choosing this one because based on the word, most of the students think this paper is hard. And I couldn't find a paper 2 for this paper yet. I'm not sure why. If any one of you have the paper 2 for this paper, maybe you can send to my email, mattheweducation@gmail.com. Yeah, or else maybe paper 2 I will discuss another Johor paper. Alright, let's go to the bottom here. Yeah, you have all this formula. I'm not going to go through the formula with you. I hope you, at least you know like how to use all this formula. If you do not know, make sure you go to check it out. Alright, let's start about the first question. Okay, the first question here is a little bit unusual. What I would say for this kind of question is, okay, the question says a set of data is arranged ascending order. Ascending order means what? Your number basically from smaller to bigger. This one called ascending order, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is ascending order. If descending order will be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You get it? And no letter are repeaters. So the data is 1, 2, 3, P, 9, and then 2P minus 1 and 12. Yeah, find the value of P. At first I thought maybe this number means something like progression. Each number must be multiplied 3 or something like that. But end up I realized this question is just try and error. Yeah, of course you can use the inequality to try to solve it, but actually not that hard. Okay, so we can try. Okay, you can see P, because in ascending order, right? I know P must be between 3 and 9. But P cannot equal to 3 and cannot equal to 9 because the question says the number doesn't repeat. So if the question doesn't repeat, so I might guess here, P can be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, P can be any of this number. Right, then we will go to the second number here, 2P minus 1. The 2P minus 1 over here, it must be between 9 and 12. Okay, so I try to plug in one by one. So if P equals to 4 here, if you substitute 4 into the 2P minus 1 here, you got 2, 4 minus 1, isn't it? 2, 4 minus 1, you will get 7. But 7 is basically less than 9, so therefore 4 cannot. And then let's say I try if P is 5. Let's try about 5 here. So I get 2, 5 minus 1. I get 9. But I say because the number cannot repeat, right? So therefore the 9 cannot also. So therefore 5 I will quit. Okay, so let's try about 6. Okay, 6 over here, I have 12 minus 1, 11. 11 is just nice between 9 and 12. So 6, yes. Then you can try 7 and 8. If I put a 7 over here, I will get 14 minus 1, which is 13. But 13 over here is bigger than 12 already, right? So I know 7 cannot, then definitely 8 cannot. So therefore, your P is actually equals to 6. Yeah, this kind of question is a bit like try and error. So I guess this is how you do it. Alright, so let's move on. Yeah, some students like so worry if you miss the live streamings, can you watch back this video? Yes. Normally after I end the live streamings, the YouTube will automatically help me to post this video about 1 hour after my live streaming. It will automatically upload to my YouTube channel. But I actually on my side I make my own recording also. So just in case the YouTube file have some problem, then I can upload mine also. Okay, yeah, because sometimes the YouTube live streaming video will be a little bit of laggy, but my own recording will not have that issue. So I just do my own recording as a backup. Alright, so yeah, so let's move on. Yeah, some students ask, can you do something like 3 plus 9 divided by 2? No, you can't, because the question doesn't say the P is exactly the middle value. Actually, we don't have much information for P. So you can't do that. And then if you try to do GP or AP, it doesn't work as well. So I guess this question is just purely try and error. Yeah, because at first I thought maybe I need to use median formula or something like that. But yeah, which is not. Okay, so let me just move on. Okay, so but some students ask, can P be something like less than 6.5 but more than 5? Yeah, you can solve out the inequality, then you might be able to get the result also. Like some students suggest actually do the inequality and trying to solve it. Yeah, you can always do that also because you can solve this inequality over here. Let's say 2p minus 1, right? I move the negative 1 for both sides, then it will be 13. 2p, this one will be 10, right? And then I divide 2 for the whole inequality, I will get 6.5 and 5. If I divide 2 for all, then you can realize you want a number between 6.5 and 5, so therefore P is 6. Yeah, this is one of the way also if you can do the inequality. But here you need to choose the inequality carefully, because if you choose the first one, it doesn't work because you have more than one integer over there. So you kind of need to choose the second inequality, then it will work. So I mean, in exam, you kind of need to try this question out. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the probability of getting the tails for an unfair coin toss is P. So probability of getting the tail is P. So therefore, I know probability of getting the head is 1 minus P. Alright, the unfair coin over here just mean because if this one is a fair coin, you know the P is definitely is 1 over 2. Because if this is a fair coin, means the normal coin we have, when we toss the coin, the probability we're getting tail is 1 over 2, head is 1 over 2. So this is the reason why the question will tell you it's an unfair coin. Maybe you put the maniac on the one of the side to make the probability of tail higher or probability of head higher. So this is what that means by unfair coin. Alright, so if the coin is tossed twice, the probability of getting the same result is 508. So over here, you must be very careful on the keyword same result. Because what? The same result here can mean both also tail or both also head, isn't it? So therefore, I will say something like this. Probability of getting head plus the probability of getting tail and tail is 508. This is the probability after both also head and both also tail. Then I multiply each other and then I will get 508. So how to get probability of head and head? Basically use the probability head multiply probability head, right? And then same idea, you want to get probability of double 12 here is P multiply P, isn't it? So you get 5 over 8. Then you kind of need to solve this one. This is 1 minus 2P plus P square, and then plus P square equals to 5 over 8. And then what we need to do next, we kind of need to solve this one to get our inequality. And therefore, I would think this 2 mark is not considered easy 2 mark questions. Okay, so we got 2p squared minus 2p minus 1 equals to 5 over 8. So I will kind of, maybe I just multiply 8 for the whole equation. So 16p squared minus 16p minus 8 equals to 5. And then I move my 5 to the other side. Then I will get minus 3 equals to 0. Then I try to factorize it. So I should get 4p and 4p. 16 is 3 and 1. And yup, but I want to get a negative 16. I hope I doesn't copy. Yeah, this is positive 1. I'm so sorry. So this is positive 8. So this is positive 3. So yep, that is correct. Minus for both. So p can be either 1 over 4 or p can be over 3 over 4. Alright, so basically this 2 mark question, you kind of need to do a lot of things over here. Yeah, it's positive 1. Yes, I realize some students already find out how come it's minus 1. Nah, yeah, it's positive 1. Alright, so yeah, this is how you do. So basically, or some students, if you are not so sure how to do this one, you can draw out the tree diagram as well. Yeah, you might do something like, okay, this is getting, this one is getting head, this one is getting tail. This is first toes, isn't it? Then you get head, tail, and head, tail as well. So getting head over here is 1 minus p. Tail is p. This is 1 minus p, p, 1 minus p, and p. Then you should know, in order to get the head over here, you you need to multiply 1 minus p and 1 minus p, isn't it? In order to get double tail here, you need to multiply p and p, isn't it? To get both tail. Alright, you can use tree diagram if you want. If you can't, you just do like usual here. The normal methods I do. Alright, so okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one I would say is quite hard. So I will call this question as a K-part, because even I do it myself, I also take some time to actually figure out what it is. Alright, so yep, so let's move on. So over here, the question say actually you have two pals. So the pals over here, basically they are the couple. Alright, and 11 children are and can choose to ride any of the 3 cars. So right now you have 3 cars over here. You have car A, car B, and car C. Alright, so for the car A over here, they say already car A actually can fix 5 people, car B can fix 6 people, and car C can fix 2 people. So you want to find out the number of ways the couple can ride in a car together. So basically the couple must be together. So over here you have a couple and 11 children, right? So the question says the couple must be together. So right now, the first question I will ask myself for this kind of question is, do I need to do arrangement for it or not? Then I will read the question one more time. Yeah, the question says something like basically they want to put the couple in a car. It doesn't seems like arrangement is needed. So for this kind of question, I will use the C to do it, because I read few times to double confirm do I need arrangement or not. But I guess in this question I do not need any arrangement, so I will use C, because for permutation and combination questions, the first thing you always need to think is, do you need arrangement or not? Okay, because you need to choose NPR or NCR. So in this case, I choose NCR already. Alright, then now I want to think how I can allocate them over here. So because the couple, they can in the car A, car B, or car C. So what I'm doing here is, okay, so I assume if the couple at the car A over here. Okay, because car A over here, you can fix about 5 people, right? So the couple actually will take out 2 seats. You just imagine your car actually have 5 seats. And the couple will take out the two seats over there. So therefore, if I put the couple in car A. So car A actually, you only left 3 more seats, isn't it? Because 5 seats, got 2 seats, you actually put the couple, then you have 3 more seats. And right now you have 11 children. So how are I going to allocate these 11 children is like this. The 11 children, I will put the 3 children in the car A first, then the rest I will put in the car B, then the rest I will put in the car C. So you can see this is what happened. So I will do 11 C3. That's means 11 children here, I choose 3 children to put in a car A. And then after 11 children, 11, after I choose 3, I still left 8 children, isn't it? So 8 children over here, I will choose 6 children to put in the car B. And then I still left the last 2 children. So the last 2 children, I will choose all the 2 children into the car C. And then because I want to allocate all the 11 children over here, so I need to multiply them. And you might ask, then where is the 2 couple? Okay, because the 2 couple, the chances is, because this 1 couple, not 2 couple. This couple, basically they are like specific couple. They are specific person, you're not going to randomly choose them. Because some students might think like, okay, I join the 11 and couple, then it's 13 of them, then I will do 13C2. But when you do 13C2 here, basically you are like randomly from 30 people here, I want to choose the couple, which is not working like this. So if you so worried that you can't choose the couple, so I will just from the couple over there, I will do a 2C2 here. That means from the 2 pals over here, and then I choose both of them. I choose both. But because if you type in the calculator, 2C2 over here is basically 1. So normally if I know I already put the couple into the car A, so actually I don't need to write the 2C2. So I can just ignore the 2C2, because 2C2 is a 1. Anything multiply 1, it doesn't change the result. Alright, then again, if I put the couple into the car B, this is what happened. So you just imagine, right now your car B actually has 6 seated, right? So you already put put one couple, which is 2 piles. You put one couple into it, you still left 4 seats, isn't it? So what I'm doing here is the 11 children, I'm going to put all the 5 children in the car A. And then in the car B, because I actually put the couple into the car B, isn't it? So I still left 4 seats in the car B here. Then I will, so 11, after I choose 5, I put 5 children in the car A, I still left 6 children, isn't it? 6 children, I will choose 4 into the car B. Okay, then the last 2 children, I will put at the car C. Alright, this is when I put the couple at the car B. Alright, then last one, if I put the couple at the car C, then 11 children here, I will choose 5 for first car. And then after I choose 5, I've still left 6 children, isn't it? So 6 children, I will choose all the 6 into car B. And yeah, car C is the couple, so I don't need to do that. So what I want to do is, I will do all this multiplication, and then I will add all my answer, and then I hope my final result is correct. So 11C3 multiply 8C6. So 11C3 multiply, yeah, you get 4620. 11C5 multiply 6C4. You realize I didn't type 2C2 into my calculator because like what I say, 2C2 actually is 1. Like 6C6 is 1. So I actually no need to type it. So this is 462. So if I add all of them together, plus 6930 plus 4620, yeah, my final answer should be 12,020. 12012. Alright, this is how we do this kind of questions. Alright, I hope my result is correct. Can you explain again 2C2? Sorry, I don't really understand. Okay, for the 2C2 over here, is basically you only left the last children, right? Okay, you see over here, you have 11 children. So if I choose the 3 children into the first car, and then I still have 6, I still have about, so 3 children in the, I still left 8 children. Yeah, I still had 8 children here. And then I choose 6 in the car B, because car B only can fix 6 children, isn't it? Then, after I put the 6 children into the car B, I only left 2 more, right? Because the car C can only write 2 children only. So therefore, the last 2 children, I put at the car C. And you can check out my R value here. All add together must always equal to 11 one. You can see 3 plus 6 plus 2 is 11. 5 plus 4 plus 2 is 11. 5 plus 6 is 11. This is how I allocate the 11 children in 3 different cars. Because the couple actually move around. So the couple actually can be in car A, car B, or car C. So over here, you see I actually separate them out into 3 different cases. Like first cases, I assume the couple at the car A. Then the second cases, I will assume the couple at the car B. And last one, I will assume the couple at the car C. So when the couple into each car, you basically need to minus the 2 number because the couple actually will take 2 of the seat. Alright, I hope you actually can understand. Yeah, this one is, I would say, is not so simple. But if you understand, actually, it's not something like impossible to understand. Yeah, so no worries. So can teacher please upload this YouTube after done live? Yeah, the video will upload to the YouTube automatically after my live streaming. So no need to worry. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, why not multiply? Yeah, basically we are doing all multiply, right? This one, normally, because some students ask about multiply or divide thing. So normally this one, we call it same cases or like one cases. Then we will do the multiply between them. Okay, and then we will plus another cases. So this one is another case, or I will call it alternative case. That means you have other options. So you will use the first case plus the second case, and then you have last cases over here, isn't it? Then you have the last cases, and then all of them is like 3 different cases, right? So you only plus when you have alternative or other option. That means you finish the one case, then you plus the second case, then you plus the next case. But if there are same cases here, mean you want to allocate the 11 children here, it's all multiply. And then some student I ask like, why the total is not 13? Yeah, because the couple because the couple is actually I specific choose them, and then the couple actually take two of them, right? The couple take two of them, and so therefore the 13 over here, I need to minus out the couple. You need to remove the couple, then you left 11 children. If the couple thing it really confuse you, yes, what you can do over here, for each of the cases here, you add a 2C2 at the front here. Then you realize all the number plus together will be 13. Okay, so what the 2C2 here actually means is the two couple here, the one couple here, I choose both, I choose the two piles. So basically I choose the couple. The 2C2 actually means you choose the couple. Then you add up, you actually get 13, then you might find more comfortable. Yeah, but I just like what I say at the very beginning, the 2C2 basically is 1. So any cases, any number multiply 1, you get the same result. But you can do something like this. You just think the couple in your brain because you just put it in the car A. So car A only left like 3 seats. Then I continue do. But if you insist you want to have the 13, yeah, you can add the 2C2 at the very beginning. Alright, why not permutation? Because in these cases, the arrangement is not important. You can try to read the question 2 times, 3rd time. You will realize the question doesn't ask you to arrange their seat. If the question doesn't ask you to arrange the seat, you try to imagine, okay, right now you want to put the couple into the car A. Will you going to arrange the couple? Okay, you must sit at the front or you must sit at the back. But this question, it doesn't say something like that. So in this case, I will just assume they do not need to arrange. So therefore, I will not use P, I will use C. Alright, so let's move on. Yeah, because we have 25 questions. So I'm not sure whether each question I can take like so long to explain or not, or else we're going to take 3 to 4 hours to finish. So yeah, please forgive me, can't explain until so detailed for every single question. Let me drink a tea first. Okay, the mass of the student in the school have the normal distribution, which the mass is X. Okay, for this normal distribution, they fixed already. The number inside here is not a random number. It has the meaning. The first number must be the mean. The second number must be the variance. They fixed already. If you don't know, you kind of need to memorize this one. This one they call parameter. Alright, so if you see parameter for normal distribution, which is n, the first number is mean. The second number basically means the variance. Okay, they fixed already. Alright, then the question says what? If 80% of the students have the mass between m minus x and m plus x, so where m basically is the mean, so find the value of x. So you know this is probability distribution. So I will just assume x is the mass of student. Alright, then I know basically they have the mass between what? M minus x and m plus x. The mass between them is basically 0.8, right? Because 80% is 80 over 100. So yeah, so therefore it will be 0.8. Alright, then we know that we can't do the probability distribution question without changing x to the z. So when you want to change the x into the z here, you need to use the z formula, which is x minus mean over standard deviation. Alright, this formula is given, but then you need to know when actually you want to use it, because I want to change my x into the z here. But some students might not see this one. Actually, the first one, the whole thing here is my x1, and then here will be my x2. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my x, this is my x, right? My x, I will minus the mean over the standard deviation. Since the variance is 100, then I know standard deviation, or we use this sign, standard deviation basically is square root variance, right? So it will be square root of 100. So which is 10. So I over 10. This is how I change the x minus mean over standard deviation. Then now you can see the x I changed to the z already. Then this is my x, right? My x. Okay, mean basically you have to write because this sign actually is a mu, but I just call it m now, right? Okay, my x minus mean over standard deviation. Then this one is p equals to 0.8. So you can see this process here. Basically, I use this formula 2 times. First time I change the first x1. Second time I change the value of x2 into the z value. Alright, this is how I changed x into z. Alright, then I kind of do the simplified here. The mu minus the mu, we mean the mean minus the mean. You get negative x over 10. And then this one is you cut, you get x over 10. And negative x over 10 and x over 10 tell you what? So tell you basically these two values is a symmetry at both sides. They are symmetry, alright? So because later I need to draw out the bell-shaped diagram. You do not know that it might take you some time to understand it. So basically I have a bell-shaped diagram over here. And I have two values here, which is x over 10 and negative x over 10. Just imagine they are symmetry, alright? My bell-shaped diagram is not so nice. And then the probability inside here is 0.8. Alright, then we know the whole area will be 1. So if I want, I minus 0.8 here. I minus 0.8 here. And then I want to know what is about this area. Because both of this area will be symmetry, right? So this area will be 0.1. Because here got another 0.1, right? Because the area all plus together must equals to 1. Okay, so therefore, yeah, I will just take one of it to do, but I will always prefer to choose the positive one because your table given is all the z value is positive. So I will just say something like this. So how am I going to label here? Is I will say probability for z. You can see this is the line, right? X over 10. You can say this area over here is from this line going this direction, isn't it? If I go in this direction, I copy this symbol. Do you see this symbol here? I'm going to copy this symbol bigger than x over 10 because this is x over 10, isn't it? So it's bigger, so it's going that direction. If going that direction, then I will follow the sign. Okay, so it is 0.1 because that area is 0.1. Alright, then you will need to find your table to check what is this value. And then definitely, okay, I will teach you how to find the table. I want to get 0.1. Then I want to see where is the 0.1 here. Okay. Its probability is inside the area. Alright, so 0.1 is kind of somewhere near here. Okay, do you see 0.1003? So I kind of need to minus 3, but I don't have 3, I only have 2, so I have minus 2. Okay, so what I read here, this is 1.281. So it's considered 1.281. Okay, so therefore, it means what? When z is bigger than 1.281, you will get close to 0.1. You actually get 0.1001. Okay, just now we have something like z is bigger than x over 10, right? Must equals to 0.1. So you realize this 1.281 actually is x over 10, isn't it? So we can find the x value by doing this. X over 10 actually equals to 1.281. So what's my x value? It will be 12.81. Alright, you should understand like how to do this one. What is the difference between x and z? Yeah, x is the mass. Z is a standard score. So you need to change your mass or whatsoever into the standard score before you come to find this table. Because this table is a z value table, you cannot find within the x. Alright, and then some students ask about xb and xn. Alright, let me explain a little bit. Alright, so if b over here is stand for binomial. Binomial is not mistaken. Here is n and here will be p. And then this one is an n over here is a normal distribution. Then this one will be mean, and then this one will be variance. Yeah, but let me just double confirm the binomial one. Should be n and p if I doesn't remember wrongly about that. So because I save it in my phone. Sometimes, yeah, it's correct. It's NP. So therefore, if you see the sign here is B, actually stands for binomial. Inside the bracket fixed already, the first one is N, the second one will be P. P basically is the probability of success, something like that. If this is N over here, this one will mean the second one will be variance. Okay. Yeah, so let me see. Teacher, if you give us the Z-score table, yeah, the Z-score table will be given, so you no need to worry. Alright, and yeah, some student, why do we have to use the N 50 and 100? This is not why you want to use. This is the information they gave us. So we actually use the information we have. Okay, so if you see the question carefully, this parameter is given because they purposely give you this parameter because they want you to actually use it. And then they expect you know what inside the bracket. What is your x coordinate and y coordinate? You have to know your x coordinate is the mean and the y coordinate is the variance. Okay, so let me move on. If you have no idea what's happening over here, you kind of need to go to check out my probability distribution video, because like what I said, I couldn't spend too many times in one question. I'm so sorry. Okay, this one is first principle. I do have the first principle videos teach you how to use it. You can use the H or you can use the change of X or change of Y, but I will use my method here. You can use back the method you use in the school, and you will ask me a lot of things in this question, I understand, because if you haven't heard about first principle, yeah, there's not possible for me to like help you understand so easily. But what I can say is, in order to get the dy dx here, you must get change of y over change of x, and then at the same time you need to limit your change of x close to 0. So when you limit change of x close to 0 for change of y over change of x, you're getting dy dx. Okay, so right now this is my whole objective of doing this question using the first principle. So I have y equals to 2x squared minus x plus 1. So when I see the y, I will add the change of y. And I see the x, I will add the change of x. This is x squared, right? So x squared minus, this is x, I will add the change of x. No matter how many x I have, all the x I will add the change of x beside it, plus 1. Alright, then I kind of expand it. So this one is, okay, 2x squared plus 4x change of x plus 2. I expand everything together. I mean, if you do yourself, you just do slowly. Alright, minus x minus change of x plus 1. Alright, then what I will do is I will copy this equation going down here because I want to do some minus process. So you can see I copy down exactly the same equation from the top to the bottom. Then now I have equation 1 and equation 2. Then I will do the equation 1 minus equation 2. Why? Because my objective is want to get change of y over change of x. So y and y I minus, 2x squared and 2x squared I minus, minus x and minus x I minus, 1 and 1 I minus. So I will get change of y equals to 4x change of x plus 2 change of x squared minus change of x. And then I divide change of x for the whole thing because I want to get change of y over change of x, right? Like what I say just now. So I divide change of x for every single one. Alright, then I will cut for this one. This one I will cut also. This one I will cut left 1. So I will have 4x plus 2 change of x minus 1. So like what I say, in order to get the dy dx, right, what I want to do is I want to limit my change of x to 0. So that means you can see my change of x over here, it's going to change it to the 0. So I get 4x, 2 times 0 is 0, right? Minus 1. So this one, if I got the whole thing over here, this is dy dx. So therefore, dy dx equals to 4x minus 1. Alright, you learn about differentiation, we will double check the answer. If you differentiate this one, dy dx here, you will get 4x minus 1, isn't it? So my answer, I'm pretty sure my answer is correct. So why the change of x will close to 0? Why will set the limit or change of x is 0? But this is a very It's a very long question. It's not as simple as that. Because, okay, it's something like they want to find the gradient of tangent. Okay, I try to explain, but then it's not as simple as you think. Okay, let's say I want to find a gradient at this point. The scientists, mean the mathematicians, they find out, basically they need to find very close to this one. Let's say this is the x1, this is x1, this is x2. So in order to get exactly the gradient at this line, so what they do is they will make the x1 and x2 become closer and closer and closer and closer. So the value we call between x1 and x2 over here, we call it change of x. So when the x value become closer and closer and up to close to 0 over here, you get the gradient of tangent. You can get the gradient of that point. So this is the purpose of you find the dy dx. So this is the reason why you want to change your delta x close to 0. But actually you don't need to know why. You just need to always make your change of x to 0 and at the last step, and then yeah. Of course, if you want to know like really detail like this, you kind of go to search first principle of differentiation or first principle of calculus in YouTube or in Google. You have plenty of explanation, but I don't think you need to know like so much about this. Yeah, I don't have time to cover all. Yes, so please allow me to move on. All right. Okay, we have the next question over here. Finally, we have some simple question. It's not really simple if you do not know how to do this. So the gradient function of y is px minus 4 square. And y equals to that equation, calculate the value of p. So first thing, you must know what is the meaning of gradient function. Gradient function is mean dy dx. So over here, the question trying to tell you dy dx is equals to px minus 4 square. I'm not going to expand it because later I can straight away simplify it. Alright, so this is gradient function, it means dy dx. Remember, gradient function is dy dx. Alright, then my y equals to 1 over 15 px minus 4q plus c. Alright, so I want to find the dy dx for this one. So I will do the dy dx because if both sides have dy dx, I can comparing both value, isn't it? So differentiation, basically 3, I'm going to move to the front and become multiply. 3 multiply 1 is 3 over 15. And then whatever inside the bracket I will copy. 3 and minus 1 become 2. I differentiate whatever inside the bracket. I will left a p here. Alright, so let me rewrite it. So I will just call this one simplify. This is 1 over 5p. And then p square, px minus 4 square. Alright, this is my dy dx, right? So what I'm doing is I substitute my dy dx into the dy dx here. Because I want to solve it, right? So px minus 4 square will equals to 1 over 5p px minus 4 square. Okay, since both sides also have px minus 4 square, what I'm doing here is I want to simplify them. I divide px minus 4 square for both sides. Alright, then this one and this one I cut, divide already. This one and this one I cut, I left 1. Because some students will think actually you left 0, but actually you left 1 over there. So 1 actually equals to 1 over 5p. Then p actually equals to 5. Right, I would say this kind of way of solving the question is unusual, but it's not like impossible because you kind of need to understand. Because at first, I thought the px minus 4 can help me to find a p. I actually factorize out px minus 4 rather than delete it, rather than simplify it. I actually factorize it out, but then I find out I don't have x value. So even though I factorize out px minus 4 square, it doesn't help me also. So therefore, at the end, I just like cancel it out. Okay, so yeah, because a lot of students, they will think, okay, cut and cut, I get 0. But you just always remember a over a, you get 1, it doesn't get 0. And why the c disappear? Because c is a constant value. You differentiate constant number, you get 0. So imagine if today I have y equals to 3x squared plus 5. When I do the dy dx here, you get 6x, right? Then you will ask, where is the 5? Why the 5 disappear? Because when we differentiate constant number, it becomes 0. Okay, so I hope I do answer some of your questions. Okay, so let me just move on to the next one. Okay, I will say this one will be another K-bar questions. Okay, at first I have difficulty to understand the water level, because the water level, I thought this one is the water level. Yeah, but at the end I realized this is water level. Okay, basically this is the x-axis, because the question actually tell you water level is x-axis. I guess you see the water above the water level is just actually, it will become the water actually will go higher and lower, right? So yep, so that one is a water level. It's very important to understand where is the water level, or else you can't get the answer. Alright, diagram 7 actually show a bridge, and then it constructs across a street or supported by a pillar a few meter away from each other. So this so here actually is the pillar, if you couldn't see it. So they are like few meter away. So the waterway by the boat will pass through parabolic gates. So the water level is considered as an x-axis when the tide is maximum, and at this water and this point, the gate equation is this one. So basically this equation is for this gate. It's not for the whole thing. So here actually have another same equation, Because at first when I see something like this, right, I thought it's the modulus of the quadratic equation. But I check my equation, it doesn't have the, because this equation doesn't have the modulus like this. So I guess the other two actually is just the same thing. We just use one of the parabola gate. Okay, because I trying to use like all parabola, but then I guess maybe I just need to use one. Alright, like what I told my student over here, general equation of quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. And you realize in this equation over here, you doesn't see bx, isn't it? Because you only have x squared and number, you don't have x. So what the bx do is, the bx actually help your quadratic graph, your u or n graph, in this case n, it help your n graph move left and right. This is what bx does. So in this case, if you don't have bx, that means your graph not going to move left or right. Your graph actually will at the middle of the y-axis. So therefore, the y-axis will exactly at the middle, because I do not have the bx. So if this is x, so definitely I know the maximum here is 40, because plus 40, isn't it? You just make x equal to 0, you can find y-intercept easily. Okay. The first thing is they ask you to find the value of p. So p basically is the width of this one. And if you already can figure out x-axis and y-axis, I think p is very easy to find. Because p over here, basically there is the x-intercept. Alright, x-intercept, what we do, we make y 0. So x-intercept, we sub y equals to 0 to find the x-intercept. So 0 equals to negative 1 over 40 x squared plus 40. Then 1 over 40 x squared equals to 40. Then x squared equals to 1600. Then x equals to square root positive negative 1600. Then x equals to positive negative 40. Alright, so that means this is negative 40. And the other side, it will be positive 40. But p is basically is a meter, right? If you read carefully, p actually is a length. So I will not do any negative thing for length. So I know p basically is 2 multiplied 40. P is 80 meter. Alright, you can see from negative 40 to 40, so it's 80 meter. It makes sense. Alright. So then we move on. So the question says what? So a boat path will be built in the middle of the gate. At a height of 30 meters from the water level. So if the water level is the x-axis, above 30 meters, I assume is somewhere here, 30. Do you see a 30 here? So when it is maximum, so they want to find the width of the road. That means I just assume I have a line here, and this line I'm going to call it y equals to 30. You will realize it touch 2 points over here, right? Because this one is basically the width they're trying to find. So what I'm doing here is I just sub 30 into my y equation. 30 equals to negative 1. I just sub when y equals to 30 into it. So 40 x squared plus 40. So 1 over 40 x squared equals to 10. Then x squared equals to 400. then you know x basically is positive negative 20. So the width over here shouldn't have negative, right? So it's 40. Negative 20 to 20 is 40 meter, isn't it? Yeah, so the width basically is a 40 meter. Alright, this question I will not say is very easy, but yeah, it's not too hard either. Okay, so yeah, I kind of happy because a lot of students helped me to answer, reply some of the answer. Here, yeah, I will use 2 multiply 40 because here you have 40 meter, right? And then here you have another 40 meter, right? So you have double of the 40 there, so you just times 2. Okay, at least you show some working, or you can straight away write 80 if you already show in the diagram. Maybe your examiner will mark your diagram. Alright, so let me just move on to the next one. Alright, this question is a bit unusual because normally we don't have question like this. That means you help the mathematician or someone else to actually collect his working. Okay, if I do the complete a square myself, okay, the first step is make sense because we want to always make our coefficient of x squared become positive 1. So it makes sense. So this one is basically I divide 2. Alright, then I just realized maybe I can make myself slightly bigger a bit so you guys can see what I'm trying to explain here. Okay, let me continue. Alright, then I want to do complete a square over here. So what I'm doing here is I will do something like this. So basically I need to plus something square minus something square minus 6 equals to 0. Alright, because over here you can see move the 6 to the other side. I can do that also. Then I move the negative 6 to the other side, I will get positive 6. Alright, but what is something here? This something here is very important. It's just b divided by 2. My b right now is 5 over 2. So when 5 over 2 divide by 2, so you will get 5 over 4. You type in the calculator 5 over 2 divided by 2. You'll get 5 over 4. So this is 5 over 4. Alright, then the next thing is I will combine the first 3 terms. You can see first 3 terms over here to become something bracket square. Alright, so what I'm doing for this process is basically when I combine the first 3 terms over here, right? I will at the first 3 terms here you can only see 2 terms with the square, which is the first term and third term. So I will copy down the first term and third term, which is plus 5 over 4. Alright, then I will minus 25 over 16. The 6 I will move to the other side, we will plus 6. Alright, then this is x plus 5 over 4 square. Then this number I can move to the other side is plus 25 over 4. So you can see the working over here. The working, first thing, this is wrong because this one shouldn't be 5 over 2. This one must be 5 over 4. And second thing is you realize you repeat 2 times about this one because when you do the complete square, one of the 25 over 4 actually is already put inside the bracket in order to factorize out. So therefore, you shouldn't have 2 times of 25 over 4 after you factorize. Alright, so therefore, this is the right one. And this one you will get 49 over 4 equals to x plus 5 over 4. And then I move the square to square root. You will get square root positive negative. Then x plus 5 over 4 equals to positive negative 7 over 2. Alright, and then you have 2 options here. I mean x equals to 7 over 2 minus 5 over 4 or negative 7 over 2 minus 5 over 4. And then you can type in the calculator. This one is 14. 14 minus 5 is 9 over 4. Or this one is 14 negative 19 over 4. I hope I doesn't. Yeah, I do make carry mistake because what? When you do something like this, it should be minus 5 over 4 because my b is negative 5 over 2. So it should be negative 5 over 4. Alright, so yeah. Don't learn from me. I mean to make this kind of carry mistake. Alright, so therefore the sign here will be minus. The sign here will be minus. the sign here will be minus. So, and then the last one, this sign will be minus as well. Alright, then here will be plus, here will be plus. Then my final answer is wrong also. Let's do, this one is 14 plus, this is 19 over 4. Or, this is 14. Alright, this is 14, negative 9 over 4, isn't it? Yeah, I hope my answer is correct. Shit, it's a 16, isn't it? Yes. Oh my god, I can't forget myself make so much carry mistake. Yes, so this is 7 over 4. Yeah, thanks for the correction. Yeah, so this is over 4. It's over 4. Yep. Finally, it's correct. This is 12 over 4, which is 3. This is negative 2 over 4, which is negative 1 over 2. Okay. Yeah, I guess finally it's correct. Yeah, I make 2 carry mistake in 1 question. Oh my god. So, yeah, make sure you do carefully. Don't make the carry mistake like me. And if the final answer is correct, I hope my final answer is correct. Or else I'm going to faint. Alright, so okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh my god, we have 35 questions. Right now it's only 9. Alright, let's move on faster a bit. So vertex of the triangle, so is A, B, and C. Given the triangle is the right angle at B. Right angle at B means what? So that means you have the right angle at the B here. Let's call it ABC like this. Alright, so therefore, right angle at least, I know in this topic, basically we have a, oh my god, I see something. 12 divided by 4 is 3, isn't it? Why is, the answer is 4 and negative 3 over 2. Let me see which part I got wrong again. Square root 49 over 16 is 7 over 4, right? Square root 7 over 4 and then move plus 5 over 4. 7 plus 5 is 12 over 4. Plus 6 is 25 over 16. 25 over 16, move to the other side. Oh, it's not 49, isn't it? Yeah, this story tell me that I should really use calculator, yes. Yeah, because 6 plus 25 over 16 is 121 over 16. Yeah, because just now, yeah, when I changed the question, right, I didn't check carefully. So this is 121 over 16. Then this is 11 over 4. Then this is 11 over 4. This is negative 11 over 4. So, yes, 16 over 4 is 4. This one is negative 6 over 4. Negative 6 over 4. Negative 3 over 2. Yes. Thanks for telling me this, yeah. Or else I will continue make the same mistake again. Yeah, too confident, don't want to use a calculator. So in the exam, don't learn from me, always use calculator. Yes, let's move on. Okay, what am I saying just now? Okay, 90 degree. Because in MF, you have one formula about 90 degree, isn't it? Which is M1 times M2 equals to negative 1. Yeah, this formula designed for 90 degree or right angle triangle. So therefore, I know that the gradient of AB multiply the gradient of BC must equal to negative 1 if they are 90 degree, because this is 90 degree, it's perpendicular formula. Alright, so I can find the gradient of AB, right? A and B over here. I do the y minus y over x minus x. Multiply BC, I focus on B and C now. I do 3 minus negative 1 over h minus 10 equals to negative 1. Yeah, just solve this equation, it should be good. So, okay, top is 4, multiply 4 is 16. Okay, bottom, yeah, we kind of multiply like one by one. Okay, this is 4h minus 40 minus h squared plus 10h equals to -1. Alright, so 16 equals to, okay, 14h, right? So multiply -1, I get positive h squared minus 14h plus 40. Alright, then, okay, then 0 equals to h squared minus 14h. Minus 16 is 24. Alright, so factorize it out. So I get h is 12 and 2. Alright, minus for both. So h equals to 12 or h equals to 2. Alright, this is how we solve it. Basically, you just need to know perpendicular, mean m1, m2 equals to -1. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, you have the hexagon, and I guess it's a regular hexagon. It should be a regular hexagon. I guess you forget about hexagon agree. I'm not so sure about what's a hexagon agree. I guess it's something like regular hexagon, or else you can't do this question if this one is not the regular hexagon. Regular hexagon means each of the side is the same length, then only we can do this. Can use Pythagoras or not? For previous question, if you use Pythagoras, yeah, you can use Pythagoras, you're going to do a lot of things. If you want to do the Pythagoras, isn't it? Because you want to find the distance of AB, and you want to find the distance of BC, and then after that you do A square plus B square, and then you want to find AC. I don't think Pythagoras is a good idea over here. Yeah, and yes, definitely Pythagoras you can get the answer, but I'm not sure how long you spend about 3 marks. But we always use the easiest one to solve it. Yeah, definitely I guess Pythagoras can get the result because this is right angle triangle. What? Okay? Okay, so this one I just assume is a regular hexagon. Alright, if regular hexagon, over here you must know something before I can teach you how to do this one. Because if regular hexagon, it have one properties, which is quite important one. If this one is a vector A, the middle line over here will be double of it. The length is double of it, it's 2A. If you want to ask me why is 2A, you can go to check out my hexagon video about vector. I explain about how to get the 2A. But over here, I just tell you, the middle, the diagonal basically is just double of one of your side vector. So therefore, if I say this vector is a B here, then my middle one, this line will be automatically 2B. It's always double of it. This is some very important properties for regular hexagon. Alright, then right now I come back to this question. FE is A. FE is A. ED is B. ED is B. Alright, the first one, they ask you to find the AB plus BD. AB is here, plus BD is here. So you should know, if I do the AB plus BD, what should I get? I should get this vector, isn't it? This one will be a resultant vector. So what is this vector, like what I say? So therefore it's equals to double of the FE. So it's just 2A. Okay, it's just 2A for A. Okay, I mean answer for A is just 2A. Alright, then the next one. AD, where's AD? Okay, A to D. And then F to A. Okay, F to A is like this. And then C to D. Negative CD. So negative CD I change to positive because easier for me to connect the vector. So negative CD equals to positive DC. Alright, so D to C. So if you see carefully, basically they're asking about this vector from the beginning to the ending. They're asking about this vector, isn't it? So if this vector is B, then this one is just 2B, double of it. So it will just 2B. Alright, so it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me just move on these simple questions. Alright, this one, I got a different result with the marking scheme because, yeah, kind of doesn't make sense for me. Alright, so you have a two Venn diagram, and and then one is domain, one is codomain, and then this one is basically is the teacher too, and you see it at the bottom also. So over here we read the sentence carefully, because it's just 2 mark only, right? Okay, never mind. So it's just 2 mark over here. So if I read the question carefully, he actually said Ahmad teach Kumar and Aseng. So therefore I know basically the Ahmad is the teacher to Kumar and is the teacher to Aseng. And then for this one, Sharo study with Stephanie. This one doesn't sound like a teacher to me, because yeah, if I study with you and then okay, I'm a teacher, it doesn't fair. So if like you study with your friend, does it mean you are the teacher of your friend? And if you study with your friend, is it possible your friend can teach you also? So for this one, even though I will write their name inside, but I will not connecting them because they are not. So I just write Stephanie here. And last one is Vijaya actually teach the Gopal. So the Vijaya here is the teacher to Gopal. Okay, I will just do like this. I know the answer marking scheme actually. They connect the Sharo to Stephanie. Or they connect Stephanie to Sharo. Yeah, but yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, so I will just do like that. Okay. Alright, next one. Okay, diagram 4 show the function fx and gx, where gx equals to that one, and then calculate the value at a and b. Okay, is it typing error? Why I doesn't see the fx in the whole equation? Right, so okay, we have the gx here, so I just ignore about fx. I don't know where is the fx. Maybe it's diagram show the function of gx where gx is. So I guess the fx basically is a gx. Alright, so then you should know this is x value and then this is gx value, isn't it? So what do I mean is like if x equals to 2, gx should equals to 5. So when x equals to 2, gx must equals to 5. Alright, then I sub 2 into all my x here. So I got 4a plus 2a minus 7 equals to 5. Then over here I will get 6a equals to 12. A equals to 2. Alright, then I will do the same thing after I sub in my equation again. So this one should be 2x squared plus 4 minus 7. Alright, then the second one tell me g negative 1 equals to b. Alright, so I substitute negative 1 into x here. Okay, so yeah, just 2 plus 4 minus 7 equals to b. Then b is basically negative 1. Alright, just like that. Yep. This one kind of simultaneous, but actually doesn't substitute the equation back to each other. So for me, it's not really simultaneous, but it's fine. Alright, so yeah, okay, right now you have fx and gx already, and then they have the fgx is this thing. So what I want to do is I want to combine these two and make a fgx my side, and then I have another fgx, and then I will compare these two equations, and then I should be able to get the result. Okay, what is the meaning of fgx first? Fgx here is basically I want to substitute my gx back into the fx. I want to substitute gx into the fx. So this is what happened. Fgx, you can see, never mind, I write step by step, some students cannot see. Fx equals to kx plus 4. Okay, you see what happened right now is I'm changing my x into gx. So I erase my x, I change to gx, I change to gx, I change to gx. Alright, but what we do is on the other side of equation, we don't write the gx, because here we got fgx, this is what we want, I just write fgx. On the other side, we just will insert the equation of gx. So which is what? 4x plus 3. 4x plus 3. So over here, you should get 4kx plus 3k plus 4. Alright, this is after I do it myself. I have another fgx over here, right? So I write down fgx equals to 4kx plus h. So by comparing over here, you should know these two should be the same, right? Because first you get both also have 4kx, then I could say h equals to 3k plus 4. But the question wants k instead of h, I kind of need to move around. So k minus 4 equals to 3k. I mean h minus 4 equals 3k. So k equals to h minus 4 over 3. Done. Alright, it's not too hard. Basically, you need to like substitute into each other. Yeah, maybe I make some mistake on previous question. After we finish, then we need to go back. Or else we couldn't finish the 35 question in 2 hours. Alright, then the next one over here. Alright, this one is not too hard. This one basically just substitute the equation into each other. This is y-intercept. Y-intercept is 0 and 1 over 3, right? That means I will sub the 0 into x, 1 over 3 into y. So a power of negative 1 equals to 1 over 3. What is a power of negative 1? Is 1 over a, isn't it? So therefore a equals to 3. Because this is 1, 1, so a must equals to 3. So, okay, then I have the a already. I rewrite the equation 3x minus 1. I have another coordinate here, which is m plus 2 and 9. I just substitute in y equals to 9, x equals to m plus 2 minus 1. So 9 basically is 3 squared, isn't it? This is 3, m plus 2 minus 1 is m plus 1. So basically you can see m plus 1 equals to 2, right? n equals to 1. Alright, it's not too hard. Basically, it's just substitute into each other and then you just solve it. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, log questions. We have a log 2m minus log 4n equals to 2. So when we solve the log question, first thing is we double check the base. In this case, you have base 2 and base 4. So over here, you can either make the whole equation into the base 2 or you make the whole equation into the base 4. So now the question is, which one should you change? Should you change 2 easier or you change 4 easier? So if you do not know, always change the largest to the smaller. So always change 4 to the 2. It's easier. So therefore I remain log 2 here. I will change the 4. So this is how I change base. I just write whatever base I want. I want base 2, isn't it? I write log 2 over log 2. And then n right on the top, 4 right at the bottom. Alright, then this one should be log 2m minus log 2n over log 24 is a 2. You can type in the calculator or you can solve it manually. Alright, then what I will do over here, maybe I will just multiply 2 for the whole equation. So 2 log 2m minus log 2n equals to 4. And then log tell me what? 2 I can move to the front, become power, right? I factorize out the log 2. Then this is m squared, minus mean divide, right? N equals to 4. Alright, then m squared over n, I move the log 2 to the other side, it will become 2 power 4, which is 16. So m squared should equals to 16n. So I kind of need to move the m to the square to the other side. So it's square root 16n. So m should equals to square root of 16 give you 4, right? 4 square root n. Alright, this is how you leave your answer m in terms of n. You kind of need to know some base rule over here. Actually, it will be easier. Why not just square root both base 2? Why not just square log base 2 and m to make it same base as others? Square log base 2. I'm not sure how to square log base 2. Maybe I don't understand what you're trying to ask here. Okay, so no need plus minus. Yeah, you can do the plus minus, but let me see. No, you don't need to do plus minus because what? Because m cannot be negative. If you're trying to substitute m negative into the log 2m, you basically get math error. So in this case, you shouldn't do the negative because log m cannot be negative. Okay, so yeah, definitely I will do other trial paper as well. Yeah, I still need to do about MRSM as well. Yep. Yeah, I will do the 4037 for IGCSE next Thursday. as well, so no need to worry about that. So let me just move on. How from 4 become 2? Yeah, okay. So some students do not know what it is, right? If you have some log 2, 4 here, you can type in the calculator, just in case your calculator can't type. You just change 4 into 2 square over here. Then the 2 I can move in front, right? So it's 2, log 2 is equals to 1, isn't it? So it's 2 multiply 1, so you get 2. Okay, so yeah, you should familiar with like why log 2, right? Log 2, 4 equals to 2. Yeah, depends which calculator you are using. If you are using my calculator, you have this button. I'm not sure you can see this button or not. This button actually you can change your base. But yeah, you can't see. Yeah, so yeah, you kind of find the same button, same position maybe. Yeah, if you are using the black color one, which is the old color one, I don't have here. That one you couldn't change the base. So yeah, my face is blocking here. No, no, I want you to see the calculator. You don't need to see my face, alright? 2 power of 4. 2 power of 4, is it 16? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Yeah, it's 16 one. Okay, so let me just move on to the next one. 16. Yeah, we are almost done. Okay, 16 here is a linear law question. So the variable x and y are related by this equation. Y squared equal to 3x, 6 minus x. Diagram 6 actually shows the straight line graph obtained by plotting y squared over x against x. Find the values of m and n. Alright, so it's not too bad. This equation is given. I will use it later. Normally, I will form one equation from the diagram itself because I know y equals to mx plus c, right? Y equals to mx plus c. My y right now is y squared over x. So I change it to y squared over x. My x right now is just x. Alright, I can find my m easily, which I have 2 coordinates here, isn't it? Yep. So never mind, I will find the next step. So I will say m minus 0 over 5 minus n. This is my gradient x plus c. Alright, this is the things I can get over here. Okay, then I pull out my equation over here. I have y squared equals to 3x 6 minus x. And I want to make both equations look similar. Then I can do the comparing, right? So you can see over here is y squared over x, but over here is just y squared without divide x. So what I'm doing here is I divide x here, and I divide x here. So if I divide x over here, x and x I cut, right? So therefore, I only left like this. Alright, then I will just kind of multiply in. Is equals to 18 minus 3x, isn't it? I will write minus 3x plus 18. Alright, then over here, you can see this one is equals to this one. Negative 3 is the gradient. And my c will be 18. So what the question asked me to find? The question actually asked me to find m and n, right? So, okay. Yeah, actually you don't need to do so much. You just substitute the coordinate into here, it should be good. Yeah, I thought can use a comparing method with faster, but end up I don't think this method is faster. So after you got this equation, right, then what you need to do is just sub the coordinate into here. 5m, this one, m you're going to sub into the y here, and then this one will be 5 plus 18. So m is just 3. And then I will sub the second coordinate into here. When the whole thing y squared over x equals to 0 minus 3m plus 18. So 3n equals to 18, n equals to 6. Yeah, the comparing method doesn't work in this case. So basically you just need to plug in the coordinate and then you will get the answer easily. Yep, because you're not finding c in this case. So yeah. And then you must be very careful because some students might think this is the xy coordinate. So when they substitute into the y squared over x, right, they will do something like m squared over 5 equals to negative 3, 5 plus 18. Never do this, okay? Because you are no longer at the xy axis. because this is not y-axis, isn't it? This is y squared over x-axis. That means your m value here is a y squared over x. Okay, you must be very careful about this. Okay, next one. Alright, so the root of the quadratic equation is this whole thing here, and the root is 1 over p and q. Find the value of p and q. This is sum of root and product of root, so this one should be easier. Okay, so what I will do over here is, yeah, we have equals to 6x. What is that? So what I will do over here is I will move the 6x to over here. 6x plus 4q minus 6 equals 0. Okay, okay, I'll do a sum of roots first. Oh, no, if I straight away do, you sure find very confusing. Okay, so I will factorize the x out from here, right? So I minus, this one is p plus q plus 6x here, and then plus 4q minus 6 equals 0. You might think, why is plus 6, why is not minus 6? Because I actually factorize out the negative from both. You can see both also is negative here, right? So I actually take out the negative, so it becomes plus. Alright, so then I will do over here is sum of root should equals to p plus q plus 6, and product of root should equals to 4q minus 6. Alright, then yeah, I start from product of roots first because it seems easier. Okay, my root is 1 over p and q, isn't it? So 1 over p multiply q, which is q over p, alright? So q over p equals to 4q minus 6. Alright, it's not so friendly. Okay, we do here maybe. Okay, so this is p, this is 1 over p. 1 over p plus q is p plus q. Okay, this one look nicer a bit. Alright, so I minus q for both sides, and then I move to 6. Move the p to the other side. Maybe never mind. P minus 1 over p equals to negative 6. So this is what oh, this is quadratic equation again. Okay, so multiply p for whole equation. This is p squared minus 1 equals to negative 6p. Okay, I multiply p for whole equation. Okay, so then I rearrange. So p squared plus 6p minus 1 equals to 0. No, I cannot. You forgot about divide p. Yes, thanks for that. How can I forgot about divide p? Yes, because sum of root is always negative b over a. Product of root is always c over a. Yes, I forget divide the a. No wonder I find it a bit weird. Okay, but thanks for reminding me. Yeah, let's do again. So 1 over p multiply q equals to 4q minus 6. Alright, so over p. Alright, then over here, nice. So I can cancel the multiply p for both sides. Q equals to 4q minus 6. So 3q equals to 6. Q equals to 2. Alright, nice over here. So this one is 1 over p plus q equals to p plus q plus 6 over p, right? And I just got my q, which is 2. So I write a plus 2 here. Right, plus 2 here. Alright, then okay, I multiply p here is 1 plus 2p equals to p plus a. So p should equals to 7. Okay, so yep, sometimes we make the carry mistake. Oh my god. Is it 2 and 7? I hope my answer is correct. Yeah, if my answer wrong again, just let me know. Okay, you have another quadratic equation, and then yeah, do complete a square here. Okay, because this form is a complete a square, this is the reason why I know it's complete a square. Because some students might think how I know it's complete a square. Yeah, because that equation you kind of need to remember the pattern of it. you will see some bracket square here. This is a sign of completing a square. So over here, yeah, nice coefficient of x squared is positive 1. Then what I'm doing here is I can straight away factorize. Okay, never mind, step by step. X squared plus 6x plus 3 squared minus 3 squared minus 8 minus 2n. First 3 term we can combine, become x plus 3 squared. And then this one is minus 9 minus 8 minus 17 minus 2n. This is my fx. Alright, then the question asks me to find m and m. So I know my m is equals to 3. And my, okay, so my negative n equals to negative 17 minus 2n. Oh, okay, so move here. So I will have n equals to negative 17. Okay. Just like that, negative n equals to, yeah, I hope it's correct. Should be. Yeah, anyone have the answer? Just double confirm with me. Do I make any mistake here? I hope not. Okay, so I'll just move on. 6 divided by 2. Yeah, you get 6 over 2. Correct. Move on. So find the area, find the parameter of the shaded region in terms of k. Yeah, and then you have the theta is equals to 1.75. Do you have the radius? The radius is k. Alright, so in terms of k. Alright, so depending how you want to find this line, we can use Trigo the SOHCAHTOA over here. The arc length is ED, right? Arc length is R theta. So basically it's k multiply 1.75. So the arc length BCA is just 1.75k. Alright, then we want to find this thing. Because this both sides is the same length, it's an isosceles triangle. So you can divide them into half. And then you will get 1.75 divided by 2. Which is, okay, let me write in the fraction. Okay, which is the 0.875. Alright, you have a triangle like this. This angle is 0.875. This is k. You want to find the opposite length here. Let's call this one as the x here, maybe. I call this one as x. So you can see you have double x. So I just say BA equals to 2x. Because later I can find the length of BA. So it's opposite and hypotenuse, you will do sine. So sine 0.875 equals to opposite over k. And then because 0.875 is the radian, so when you type in your calculator, you need to make sure you change your calculator to radian. So you just type shift mode. If you are using this calculator, press 4. Then I will type sine 0.875. So okay, I will get x equals to 0.7675k. Alright, so BA is equals to double of it, so I will times 2. So it's 1.535k. Alright, so the parameter of the shaded region is 1.75k plus 1.535k. So I plus 1.75. And then I have P equals to 3.285k. Alright, quite simple. Make sure you know how to do the SOHCAHTOA. I see a lot of n equals to 6. Question 18, n equals to 6. What you guys are talking right now? Oh, the n is 6. Okay, let me just double check my working here. Because the formula given is minus n, right? Minus n and equals to the minus 17, negative 9 minus 8, negative 17 minus 2n. Yeah, the whole thing, of course I can factorize out negative and then I get n equals to 17 plus 2n. How n be 6 here? I'm not sure how you get 6. Yeah, so yeah, unless this is positive n. Yeah, this is positive n. Then we will get no. Then 3n equals 17. We couldn't get 6 also. Plus n squared minus squared. Combine the first three terms. X plus this is minus 9. Minus 9 minus 8. 9 and 8. Negative 17. Minus 2n. Minus n. So this is negative n. Negative n, and move the positive 2n. Positive 2n minus 1n is 1n. 1n equal to negative 17. Yeah. I check my marking scheme is correct though. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe I can check the marking scheme right now. It will just take me a few minutes. Just give me a moment. So, question number 18. No, my marking scheme n is negative 17. You guys sure you have the same marking scheme in mind? Yep. Just double check your marking scheme. Alright, let me move on. Alright, yeah, this question, I think the marking scheme is wrong. Or he maybe misput the pi at somewhere else. Alright, because first thing is, to solve this equation, you kind of need to know what is the equation over here. Because the question asked me to find all the value of x when the straight line touch the function. Basically, over here, you see they only touch 2 points, isn't it? And then, because basically pi equals 180, so if your one cycle over here is 2 pi, this one definitely is a sine x. And then the amplitude is 2, minimum is negative 2. So this equation is just 2 sine x. And then I realized the marking scheme actually right is 2 sine 2x. There's only one way to make this possible. If they erase this pi, they put the pi over here, then the 2 pi 2x, yeah, it makes sense. But if the pi is at the middle here, this equation is just 2 sine x. It's not going to be 2 sine 2x. Because what? We can find our period, right? Our period x actually equals to 2 pi, isn't it? That means one cycle n at 2 pi. You see one cycle, the n at 2 pi. Makes sense. If you say 2 sine 2x, I want to find my period, right? 2x equals to 2 pi, x equals to pi. X equals to pi means what? Your sine graph, one cycle will end at pi. So it's so like, right, what I say just now, if I erase this pi, I put over here, then the marking scheme makes sense. But over here, I will just use the correct one. Okay, so when y equals to half, so I will just sub my half into here. So 1 over 2 equals to 2 sine x. So sine x will equals to 1 over 4. Then I will find both of the angle. Then we'll just do something like shift sine 1 over 4, which is right in degree because they asked us about degree. So let me change to degree again. So I will get 14.48 first degree. Second degree, just 180 minus it because second quadrant, right? 165.52. Because add sugar to coffee, tell you sign will get positive in first and second. First is theta, second is 180 minus theta. So this is how we do this kind of questions. So, yep, I hope you get it. So it's just one cycle. Okay, basically sine graph, it will have infinity cycle. That means the cycle will go infinity. But we will set our range to tell us like how many cycle we want. So because here you might see, okay, it seems like it have 2 cycle in the drawing over here, but we don't care about that one. We want to know one cycle, what is our range for one cycle, because that one decided about your bx. Like general equation for trigo is a sine bx plus c what. So you want to know the bx value, you want to know what is the range of your one cycle. That one will decide your bx value. Alright, so in this case, you realize your one cycle, you end at what? You end at 2 pi, isn't it? Is one cycle end at 2 pi, basically mean your b is 1. Because standard sine graph is end at 2 pi. Okay, so let's move on. I hope I do answer some of your questions. Yeah, you can do all science teacher crazy, or I just say add sugar to coffee. Yeah, just anything is good for you to remember. But last time I also say all science teacher crazy, but sounds like offense on science teacher. So yeah. So let me just move on. Okay, this one actually, I guess, is actually modified from one of the past year question, because I saw this is like 5 years ago or 6 years ago. I can't remember, but it's one of the past year questions. But I would say this one actually is quite hard. If you never did that past year question before, I mean, you have no idea how to do. Okay, so the first thing is you kind of get the idea lah. You have a ball here, and then you drop the ball, and then the distance of the ball, basically, he said he rebounds at the 3/4. That means if you draw down, you drop the ball 24 here. When it pounds back over here, the distance over here is basically is 2/3 times 24. So you kind of get 18 here. So if 18 here, I drop down, he rebounds back, it just will 18 times 2/3. I mean 3/4. 3/4. So it's 3/4. Then you will get, what's it, 18 times 3/4? So you will get 13.5. So that means it's like pounds back, here right now the distance will become 13.5, and so on. So first thing is, you realize I do multiplication, so this question is a GP questions. Alright, so yeah, it's a Form 5 topic, it's a GP question over here. So, okay, the second thing is, they want to know what's the total distance traveled by the ball until it finally comes to rest. Because first sense, the student will try to think how to know the particle actually met rest. I mean, at which term the particle met rest. Okay, rest over here, at least we know something, the distance is 0. Rest, that means if this is floor, the ball actually stopped on the floor. So the distance between floor and the ball is 0. Then you will do something like Tn equals 0. But then you will, when you do like this, you might have some problem is log 0, you will get math error. Because you can do ARn minus 1 equals 0. Because later you want to solve this question, you kind of need to add the log. So you add the log over here, you cannot solve this one because log cannot be 0. Log must be bigger than 0. So therefore, this question is sum of infinity. Of course, use a sum of infinity formula, but I want to explain why you want to use a sum to infinity formula. Because when the ball is dropping, right, until it's almost you want to stop already, it still have the minimum distance. The distance is very, very tiny until it's hardly you see it. So when do we use sum to infinity? When the distance becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until very, very small, until like it will go up to almost 0 distance. Then we'll use sum to infinity. So you just imagine if you drop the ball, before the ball want to stop, right, you have a very, very small distance, isn't it? Yeah, but the question says it still is stopped, right? But we do not know where is the tiny distance. That's mean we do not know. Maybe he have to pause until 1,000 times or 10,000 times until it stops. Maybe you thought it stopped already. Maybe it still paused a little bit. So when in this kind of cases, we will just do sum to infinity. Okay? Yeah, sum to infinity means it's pausing infinity. Yes, it's kind of like this. But then sum to infinity you can use on another cases is something like this. Let's say this one is a distance. Maybe this one is a number of pulse, or you can say it's a number of pulse, or you can say it's a time. It doesn't matter, depend on cases. So that means when the ball travel, my distance will keep on increasing. My distance will keep on increasing until certain level, because it's almost stopped already. Then the distance actually go constant. Do you see? The distance actually go constant. These kind of cases, they're called divergent. Divergent is when r is between -1 and 1. Maybe you haven't learned about that. So in this kind of cases, when the distance actually go constant, we can use sum to infinity to find it. Because when the distance will keep on increasing or keep on decreasing, it will not go constant, then we cannot use sum to infinity. Because if it becomes longer and longer, the distance actually will go forever. It becomes, number will go extremely big. So yes, I hope at least this one can help you understand a little bit. But okay, let's do about this question. Yeah, because even though you want to know when it stops, you do Tn equals 0, you still cannot solve. So if you insist want to know when it will stop, you can't find. So there's no choice. So you kind of need to do the sum to infinity. So what I can tell you is, when you can't solve Tn equals 0, or you can't find when it stops, just do sum to infinity. Alright, so okay. If you just assume you can understand, if you are not, then I'm sorry. Just assume you can understand. Okay, now I want to find the distance, because you can see all these distance actually they duplicate, right? Like this one, all the distance actually happen 2 times. This distance also happen 2 times. Go up, come down. Go up, come down. Every distance actually happen 2 times. Only 24 over here, it's only happened once. So therefore, in this case, I will just assume my A is 18, because I do not want to let my A is 24. Because later I want to times 2 for all my distance. So right now what I'm doing is, I find the distance is going up only. I will find all this distance like this. Then after I got all the distance here, then I will multiply 2 to get all the distance he dropped down. Then I can get all the distance like here until he stopped. Then the final result I plus 24, because at the beginning I didn't plus 24, right? So this is my logic. So I will find all the distance he passed back, and then I will multiply 2 to get all the distance it dropped down, and then I plus 24 at my final result. Alright, so this is what happened. So I assume A is 18, R is given is 3 over 4. Okay, so since I know the distance actually go until infinity, so I will do sum of infinity is A over 1 minus R, 1 minus 3 over 4. Then you should be able to get 1 over 4. 1 over 4 you get 74. Alright, you 74 cm. Okay, this is pulse back, and then it will drop down, isn't it? So therefore, I will find the total distance traveled equals to 2 multiply 74 plus the 24. So I will get 148 plus 24. I will get 172 cm. So this one should be the total distance he traveled. Yeah, 32. Yeah, so sometimes shouldn't be too confident. We should always rely on the calculator. So this is 144. Then this is 168. Yup. Yeah, thanks for, yeah, I see so many 72 here. Yeah, you guys are so effective. I'm so proud of all of you. Yeah, some students actually, as long as it's something about particle constant reduce the movement, use the sum to infinity. Yes, you can think something like this, because before it stop, right, actually it will be very minimum. Unless I see some similar question like this, but then doesn't use sum to infinity, is they will tell you like until which term. That means maybe they say pounds until the distance to the floor is 10 cm. Then you need to find Tn equal to 10. Then because you doesn't sum all the minimum distance, you only want to sum until certain distance, then you have to use Tn equal to that distance. Yeah, they do have something question like this, but doesn't use sum to infinity. But if the question just say until it stop, because it is impossible we find the tiny distance, so therefore we will use sum to infinity. Okay, so let's move on. Yes, 22 already. I'm so happy. 3 more questions. Alright, the sixth term of AP is 47, so T6 is 47. Sum of the first 10 term, Tn, is 410. And then find first term and common difference, simultaneous, alright. So A plus n minus 1d. So n minus 1 is 6 minus 1 is 5, 47. I just say A equals to 47 minus 5d first. This one is my first equation. Alright, S10 is n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 d equals to 410. Alright, this is 5, right? So I will say 2a plus 9d equals to 410 divided by 5. So yeah, let's use calculator, or else I will make a careless mistake sometime. 82. Alright, 2a plus 9d equals to 82. The second equation, sub first equation into the second equation. 47 minus 5d plus 9d equals to 82. So this is 94 minus 10d plus 9d minus d plus equals to 82. So d equals to 12. Is it? Yep. Then my a equals to 47 minus 512. A equals to 47 minus 60. A equals to negative 13. Is it correct? I hope it is correct. Okay, so let's move on. 23. Yeah, this is very easy. So yeah, you want to know what is P and Q, because 0.216216 is formed by 0.216 plus 0.000216 plus 0.000000216 and plus 3 more 0. So therefore this is your P, this is your Q. P answer, Q answer. Just as simple as this. Nothing special. So you have done the first one, 1 mark. And then you want to find the ratio. So ratio, just use the second term divided by first term. So you will get 0.001 if not mistaken. Yeah, this question is very easy. I hope you can understand it. Okay, okay, this one is a bit different. Okay, do I need to answer in standard form? Not necessary, unless the question say want to live in standard form, then only you do that. Yep, just now that question, this question, if the question asks you to find what is the fraction, then you have to do the sum to infinity. You realize this question sum to infinity is very makes sense, because the next answer after Q actually is very, very small, right? And then the next term after the Q is even smaller. So you can see the number until very, very small. So until certain level, it will go constant. So therefore, you do sum to infinity. Okay, so, but the question doesn't ask you to find fraction, so it's still fine. Right, this one will be a bit hard if you do not know how to do. So I will call it as a K, but if you do not know how to do, if you know how to do, it's quite easy, because I kind of can straight away write out the answer over here. Okay, so you have 4 coins over here, and then you toss the 4 coins simultaneously. So X actually represents number of tail obtains. Complete the table of obtaining tail. Alright, so example, if 0 here means what? You get 0 tail. 0 tail means what? The probability of getting head. Alright, so probability of getting head is quite simple, right? 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. Alright, so this is 1 over 16. So it's 1 over 16. Alright, and then 4 tail basically mean tail. So it's the same thing. Getting head and tail is 1 over 2. So this is 1 over 2. Multiply 4 times, so it's power of 4. So you get 1 over 16. So here is 1 over 16. Alright, then we come to 1 tail. Okay, 3H. Example. So if you want to get a 1 tail like this, right? The problem is, yeah, so you understand each of these actually is 1 over 16. I know you say 1 because all is 1 over 2. No matter it's head or tail, it's just 1 over 2. But for the 1 over here is, because the tail actually you can change the position. Do you see that? You change the position like this is another 1 over 12. And then I can change the position again. Look like something like this. It's another 1 over 16. And then I can change the last position, right? So therefore, it's 4 of the 1 over 16, you actually multiply 4, right? Or you plus all of them together, you get 4 over 16. Alright, then I will do the same thing for 3. So 3, you can understand something like this. You have tail, H. But then the H can change the position exactly like what I do for the 1 here, isn't it? So you can just assume H can go 2nd position, 3rd position, and 4th position, something like that. So you have 4 times of it. So it's 4 out of 16. And the last one, basically you can use 1 to minus it. So 1 basically is 16, right? And then here is 10. So it's 6 over 16. But of course, I will show you how to get 6 over 16 here. So basically, you want to have 2 HH and TT, right? Yeah. So you can check out the combination about that. But normally, if I do this one myself, what I'm doing here right now is, yeah, I can arrange to show you. Alright, so I can get, but if I do myself, I remember just now, I think I do something like, let me check again. Yeah, I do 4C2. That means 4 number, I choose 2. Yeah, but yeah, you can just arrange slowly. THT. Then you have THTH. And then you have TTHH. And then you have HTTH. And then you have THHT. So you have 6 of them, right? So it's 6 over 16. Can you use the binomial to do? Yeah, it's a very good question. I guess you can. Should be. I hope you can. Alright, let's do the binomial formula. P equals to 1 over 2. Q equals to 1 over 2. N equals to 4. Yeah, you can. I guess you can do. Let's try about this thing. X equals to R. Okay, X equals to R. R is 2, right? Yeah, you can do this one as well, definitely. So I guess it's 4C2. Yeah, that's why just now I typed 4C2. I understand why. This is 1 over 2 power of 2. 1 over 2 power of 2. Then you'll get 6 over 16. Yeah, you can do this method exactly. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure why I do manually. Yeah, I should use the formula, alright? Yeah, and you must simplify, because here I doesn't simplify because I want to show you all the numerator plus together is equal to 16. Yeah, I mean in the exam you must simplify, change this one to 2 over 8. I mean 1 over 4, sorry. 1 over 4, simplest form lah. This is 3 over 8. This is 1 over 4. Alright, always live in the simplest form. Alright, I hope I do answer your question. Yeah, go to the last one. I'm so happy. Alright, this question, the last question over here, is a bit weird, but then kind of test your understanding about the game. So I'm not sure you played this game before. Means like you're both sides of the people. Basically, they are pulling their rope, right? You have people standing here, standing here, standing here. Let's say three on 3 lah, and then this opponent. Alright, so and then you have a rope over here, and then maybe this one have a flat here, and you have a rope over here, and then for these 3 people they were trying to pull, so they try to pull the rope to make sure they win, and then this one they actually will pull over that side, this one will pull over that side. So it's something like this. So right now we are actually talking about this kind of games over here. So one of the very important idea is it was found that the strong pull of the root did not move. So that means what? In order to make both sides did not move, called what? Tug of war, correct? Called tug of war. I suddenly cannot remember the name. So okay, so in order to make both sides cannot move, right? That means both sides must exactly at the same angle, so that you have the equal force for both sides, isn't it? Yeah, have some physics term I saw, some force equilibrium, something like that, physics. Yeah. So over here, I try to use the easiest way to do. So at least you know what game they are playing. Alright, so right now, we have team A over here, and team A actually draw on the vector. So this vector is basically what? 3i, 4j. You should know 3 is moving this 3 unit, minus 4j going down 4 unit. So basically it's like this, isn't it? This one should be your vector. It's like this. So you have something like this. So another vector, okay, this is 3 and 4, right? So another person must be the opposite direction, isn't it? So it can be either here. Let me see, can it be here? If here I will need to pull this direction, isn't it? Yes, I need to pull this direction. And I want to make sure same angle, isn't it? So over here, this is my vector, right? If this one will be I, you can see moving this direction is negative 3i, isn't it? And going up 4 units, so it's 4j, right? So therefore, this one must be for team B must be negative 3i plus 4j. Yeah, because going up means 4j, isn't it? So therefore, my A must be negative 3 and my B should be 4. Is my answer correct? I hope my answer is correct because it's use some common sense to do this. Yeah. Negative 3 and 4. Yes, it is correct. Because over here, basically what we want to do is it negative 4? No, the answer is positive 4, I guess. Negative 3 and positive 4. Yeah, because you must be in the same direction in order to have the equal force. Or sometimes some students say what? Force equilibrium, something like that. Yeah, because J is going up, right? I mean, you should know, if going up, the J will be positive. I mean, J will be positive. If going down, then J will be negative. Going right, the I will be positive. Going left, the I will be negative. Why not negative 4? Okay, because you can see the arrow, isn't it? This arrow actually means something. You cannot simply add the vector like what you like. Because if this vector is going this direction, then that means this one is a redundant vector, right? That means it must be this vector plus this vector. I plus j, isn't it? So because if arrow facing there, but if arrow facing this direction, then it will be this vector plus this vector. So you need to be very careful on where is the arrow pointing. Then you should be able to know why is positive 4j is not negative 4. Alright, so yes, we have about 200 students accompany me about 2 hours. I really appreciate that. Can you teach physics? Sorry, I never touched physics about 15 years. So, oh my god, then I accidentally told my age. So yeah, I cannot teach physics. I'm so sorry. And yeah, some of you get negative 4 as answer. Maybe you just double check your answer. And we will have more live streamings because a lot of students ask me cover Negeri 9 paper, MLSM paper, SBP paper. So, and then each paper have paper 1 and 2. And then we have about few more weeks before your SPM. So I might trying to make more live streaming on weekday maybe. I'm not sure yet. I try to arrange my time because my time is quite packed. Yeah, definitely I will discuss Johor paper 2. Yeah, I will just trying to see which paper is harder. I will try to discuss more hard paper. Yeah, and then I might arrange maybe before your exam, maybe on weekday we'll have 2 or maybe 2 more live streaming. I'm not sure yet. But you just make sure you press the bell button on my YouTube channel. So whenever I have notification, you will know. So I will update on my YouTube. Yeah, I still don't update on my Facebook. Yeah, but anything you can find me in my Facebook also. So no worry. Yeah, MLSM is definitely in my list. So no worry. At least I will finish the Johor MLSM. Then I will go to other paper as well. Yep. So yeah, thanks for your time. And yeah, if Later this video will automatically upload to my YouTube channel, and I will have my own recording here also. Let me just pause.